Leading scorer the last time out, 20 points. The FAU transfer, 5'11" guard from Pompano Beach, Florida. Brianna Jackson, number 12, the 6'3" native of Virginia Beach, Virginia. And Mariah Adams, number 1 out of Little Rock, Arkansas. And number 14, Asia Wayne from Birmingham, Alabama. We're underway, and North Texas winning the tip, controlled by Jazzion Jackson. Now on the post, it's going to be Quincy Noble. Turns left, back out to Jackson driving on the perimeter. Gets to the post. Now a cutter is going to be pulled in. Ali Gomez misses it, and Iggy Allen gets the board. However, she's falling out of bounds when she gets that rebound, so it will go back to the mean green here with just 21 seconds into play here from Norfolk, Virginia. Our officials, Jennifer Rezac, Stephanie Barksdale, and Kaz Beverly.
Well, really good job to Old Dominion that time in the defense. Really had good help defense, but just were not able to corral that board.
In the post, it's going to be Jackson kicking it out now. North Texas with Townley operating. 12 on the shot clock on the wing. It's going to be Gomez trying to attack. Hands it off to Noble, working on Iggy Allen. Double team comes, and as it does, he dumps it off for an easy deuce. Scored inside by Jalen Mallard. The help came over by the Old Dominion defense, and they found an open basket underneath.
Well, 1-2-2 three-quarter court press, and Old Dominion attacked it right in the middle. Good job from Asia Wayne.
Asia Wayne getting that deuce on the assist from Mariah Adams as they were decisive on that attack move to knot things up at 2 apiece. 9:04 to go in the opening quarter. Noble thinks about a jumper. She'll drive to the left on the hip of Wayne and pick up the first foul on Old Dominion's Asia Wayne, who returned home on MLK Day with 1,133 points in her decorated career at Old Dominion. And we saw her on Monday, Martin Luther King Day, Susan, pour in 22 points, upping her career total with the 16 followed against Rice to now 1,171 points in an ODU uniform, closing in on 1,200 now.
Wow, well, that's pretty amazing. She's in, as we've said always, in great company.
No doubt about it. As Gomez misses, Wayne gets the defensive board right on the spot here. She'll pull up from about 14 feet out. Her jumper from the elbow won't go. It's going to be an offensive board tapped by to Jackson taps, to Amara Young, and Mariah Adams will reset things here. 15 on the shot clock. Iggy Allen from the wing gets the screen from Jackson. Little double team trap that leaves Adams open in the corner. She'll try to turn on her defender. It'll be an offensive foul as she kind of got too much into the body of Gomez on that move.
Wow, that's a quick 2 fouls on Mariah and Asia Wayne, and you gotta adjust to how the officials are calling the game. So they've got to make that adjustment right now.
So we're all deadlocked at 2 apiece here. 8:29 to go in the first period. North Texas working with Jackson driving left. She'll go back right. Brianna Jackson on her. Jazzion gives it up to Townsley, and it's going to be offensive on the mean green. That's going to go against North Texas's Jalen Mallard, the South Alabama transfer who averages 6.8 points and 5.9 rebounds per game in 12 contests so far. This is her 9th start of the year.
Well, she had a Mariah Adams on her, and although Mariah's a guard, Mariah's got good size and just trying to do a little bit too much.
North Texas trying to get a stop here as Iggy Allen has it on the right wing. Gives it to Amara Young in the high post. Quick little attack move. Gets to the low block area. She'll throw it out to Asia Wayne in the corner. She drives, hands it off to Amara Young. Short jumper, soft touch. It's good for the North Augusta, South Carolina product to give Old Dominion a 4-2 lead with 7:52 to go in the first period.
Really good job there from Asia Wayne finding Amara Young inside.
Deep shot from three-point distance will not go for North Texas. That one off the mark for Quincy Noble. Amara Young and company on the move now as Adams has it. After that Noble miss, Adams down low to Young. Oh, excellent bounce pass there, and it won't go underneath. The shots missed just from about 2 feet away from the 10 by Asia Wayne. Now here comes North Texas. Gomez throws it up top to Jazzion Jackson. Jackson gets a little head fake move over to the corner. North Texas with the right hand. Gomez bounce pass. Blazes it in there, and it's going to be a traveling violation as Noble got the pass and was just kind of running with it like a halfback in football.
She was getting ready to pass it. She knew where she wanted to go with it, but that last play there from Asia Wayne, she's got to get her body squared up. She kind of shot that ball as she was turning around inside. Get herself squared up, put that ball high off the glass.
So the mean green, 1 of 4 from the field, and 2 quick turnovers. Old Dominion with a chance to build on their 2-point advantage here as we approach 7 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Asia Wayne throws it to Iggy Allen in the corner. A little jab step move. Shot's going to be strong off the mark on her 3-point attempt, but Amara Young is fouled underneath on the offensive board. And early on, Delisha Milton-Jones seeing what she wanted, her team hitting the backboards. Even if you're missing shots, go attack the glass.
Well, that was great position from Amara Young. It was a long 3-point shot from the right baseline. She got in position, pushed the North Texas defender up under, and was able to get that rebound.
Townley with the first foul, team second. Mariah Adams Noy has it poked away there by North Texas on the inbound. Gomez getting her mitts on the basketball, but Adams is able to retrieve it. Now throws it to Iggy Allen. Back to Adams with 8 on the shot clock. She'll go to Amara Young looking to post. She'll face up against the defender in Jackson. Ball goes on the floor. It's loose. And we've got a tie-up possession arrow to Old Dominion with 2 on the shot clock, 6:39 on our game clock. So North Texas trying to get those 50-50 balls to get things going in their direction.
Well, 2 seconds. Everybody out on that floor has got to know that if you're Old Dominion.
Don't want a shot clock violation as Adams gets it into Asia Wayne. Jumper's going to be, she pump fakes and then she loses the handle. So a turnover there. I think Asia lost her footing on that catch before she could release.
Well, she got up in the air. I'm not sure why she jumped up in the air to catch the ball. So, anyway, turnover. So, got to go down and play good defense now. 3
turnovers for Old Dominion now as Gomez is picked up by Iggy Allen in the front court. Throws it over just in front of the Monarchs bench. North Texas with Noble, leading scorer, driving on Iggy Allen. Good defense from Iggy, making her take a tough fall-away shot. Rebounded by Brianna Jackson. That was a tough man-to-man defense from the Monarchs there. Here comes Iggy in the front court. Gets the screen from Brianna Jackson. Pull-up jumper from the foul line is going to be strong off the mark. Rebounded by Townley. And early on, Iggy having a tough time kind of getting settled in. Now North Texas with a chance to tie things up. And they attack, get the basket, and one as Gomez kind of hit the stop button. Hesitation, and then went with the turbo and got by the defense and one opportunity for the Mean Green.
Well, that was a great hesitation dribble right there from her. She just acted like Iggy thought she was going to shoot it and went right past her. But I think Iggy Allen again, first shot, that was the first pass, first shot in the offense. I think you want to make the defense move a little bit before you take that real quick shot.
Gomez misses the free throw after the foul by Allen. However, after North Texas Old Dominion gets the rebound, they will turn it over real fast. So right back to the Mean Green as they did not give Old Dominion a chance to have a fast break opportunity. So the officials look like they're going to check the clock here or something here. What are we looking at here as they
Amara Young went to dribble that ball and it dribbled it off her teammate's foot, but she just wants to get that ball up underneath her chin.
And speaking of turnovers, Townley gets the inbound and it loses her footing. It's going to be a turnover on North Texas as the young lady who is third in Conference USA in offensive rebounds per game, Madison Townley out of Duncanville, Texas, gets whistled for too many steps.
That is a problem for North Texas. They're averaging about 15 turnovers in conference play. So something that they can definitely do, and Old Dominion's got to take advantage of it.
Old Dominion plus 9.5 in turnover margin in Conference USA action, best in league play. The jumper from Amara Young is going to be off the mark, rebounded underneath by Brianna Jackson, who hits the deck, and she is fouled as she got that down low. And they'll wipe that up from the floor here, and we'll see the Monarchs with the chance to go in front here, all tied up at 4 apiece with 5:42 to go in our first quarter. Coach Jolly Mitchell is pleading her case to the referee, saying that wasn't a foul, but they're saying, yeah, it was.
It was. We just watched the replay, and she just bended her, she was off of her feet.
Amara Young gets the inbounds from Adams, and they hand it off to Asia Wayne, who is caught traveling here with 5:38 to go in our opening quarter. Monarchs now scoreless the last 2:19, just 1 of 6 from the field after getting that early hoop here to take the lead. And North Texas not doing a whole lot better, 33.3% shooting, 3 turnovers for them as well. Ball reversal chance here now for North Texas. Mallard not going to reverse it, rather she's going to throw it back to Jazzion Jackson on the right wing. Little step back dribble, working on Asia Wayne, 15 on the shot clock. Mean Green trying to get something created here. Gomez up top. Going to turn her back on the defender. Now it's going to be handed off to Noble with 7 on the shot clock. She runs into a double team, and Amara Young is going to tie her up for the jump ball as the Monarchs are ready defensively. They're cutting off penetration really well, Susan.
Yeah, they're doing a great job at helping on that penetration. They got to help on the penetration. They also got to help inside. If somebody leaves to go help on the penetration, somebody else got to drop down. We call that help the helper. You got to make sure you do that so you don't leave somebody wide open under the basket.
ODU showing why they're the number 1 scoring defense in Conference USA. Ball inbound, it's going to be a deflection and a block. Amara Young swats it away from Townley on the jumper here. Monarchs have it with Iggy Allen. Monarchs looking to get something working here. Under 5 minutes to go in this first period, still tied at 4 apiece. Glad you're with us from Norfolk as Mariah Adams hands it off to Iggy Allen. Back to Adams, 15 on the shot clock. Iggy Allen will try a 3 from straightaway distance. It's going to be short. Offensive board nearly gotten by Amara Young. Asia Wayne gets it, so here come the Monarchs again with Mariah Adams throwing it to Amara Young baseline. She'll turn inside out. Now back out to Adams with 12 on the shot clock. She'll drive past two defenders, has it deflected there by Noble, but here comes Amara Young to get it right from the high post area. A little soft touch again on her jumper. 4 of the 6 points for Amara Young, and the Monarchs lead it by 2 with 4:28 to go in the first quarter.
Well, Amara Young and Brianna Jackson have been everywhere on the boards. Asia Wayne, and that's a good start for Old Dominion. They've got to continue to do that throughout the game.
Gomez up top to Townley. Tries to get it back to Gomez, but it's deflected again. It's Iggy Allen and Amara Young crowding the airspace for North Texas. Noble looking to get through a tree of defenders. Misses her shot. Offensive board is going to be pulled in by Jalen Mallard on those today for her of North Texas on the year. She is a 59.4% foul shooter, and she misfires on the first to make her 19 of 33 on the season.
Well, she's the lone wolf because as a team, they're shooting 88%, 85% from the free throw line.
Which is remarkable when you look at that in terms of the league play situation. And that second one's going to be off the mark as well. Old Dominion now into the front court after the Brianna Jackson board. Adams to Iggy Allen in the corner. A little lean-in shot for Allen along the baseline. Won't go. Rebounded by North Texas with Amber Dixon, the 5'10 grad student transfer from Louisiana Tech in league there. She pulls up at the post and throws it back out. Gomez with a missile pass down low. Not finished by Mallard inside, and it's going to be Iggy Allen with the defensive board as Iggy Allen's coming off her 6th double-double of the season. Gets a little screen hug action from Amara Young. 3-point shot tried by Mariah Adams on the wing, and it's going to be a jump ball as Adams was, check that, it was Wayne able to, or no, it was Iggy Allen able to tie up North Texas underneath. So the Monarchs will keep possession.
I just think some of those shots are a little quick, and even so, Mariah Adams was open. Go in, dribble in a little bit, take that little 10-foot jump shot, or when you dribble in, if somebody plays you, that might free up your post right at the basket. So, instead of taking that quick shot, see if you can't move the ball and get a better shot. 3
subs in for Old Dominion as Asia Wayne and Mariah Adams are now joined by Kay Clark, Asia Hudson, and Amaya Moreland. Moreland, the 6'1 freshman forward from Charlotte, North Carolina, playing in just her 10th game of the season as the Monarchs inbound the basketball. A quick foul on North Texas. It'll end up being the team's 4th foul. Gomez charged with the first personal there, and it'll be North Texas sending Mallard to the bench, and coming in is Emma Vilas-Gomez, the 6'4 grad senior forward from France who transferred in from Texas Tech. Kay Clark now driving into the teeth of defense. 2 defenders on her, but Amaya Moreland hits the offensive boards and puts it in. Amaya Moreland for Old Dominion scoring that bucket, just her 10th and 11th point of the year. North Texas thinking about a 3 up top, and they won't, as it'll be the Mean Green's Vilas-Gomez giving it up. Now with the rock is Amber Dixon. Asia Wayne picks her up in the post area, and we'll get, it's going to be going back to Old Dominion. Another violation on North Texas, so the Monarchs stingy defense so far.
Yeah, and you just look at that last offensive possession there from Old Dominion. Kay Clark, she dribbled in, she took that shot, it got partially blocked, but because she did that, Moreland's defense stepped up. Moreland's able to pick up the loose ball and score easy.
Kay Clark hands it off to Asia Hudson now into the front court. Adams over to Hudson, thinks about a 3. Now Adams will pump fake on her. Look at top of the key. Now a 3-point shot's going to be uncorked from the corner by Asia Hudson. Kay Clark tries to reach up top and deflect it, and it will be heading back to North Texas. They're going to get her with a foul there as she went over the back of the rebounder for North Texas. Well, and they will get Clark on that person.
Yeah, and these officials okay, we came out in the snow. We're going to get our money's worth. We already 9 fouls already, and we still got 2.5 minutes left in this first period.
Gomez at the line for the Mean Green. Let's hope that slows down. I know the Monarch fans would like a quick one here. Gomez gets the first one to go for North Texas. She's second on the team in scoring at 10.9 points per game. Also tied for second in rebounding at 5.9. She makes them both. Old Dominion 8, North Texas 6 with 2:35 to go in our first quarter. Mariah Adams quickly up the floor. Now trying to work here against Jackson. They reverse it. Clark over to Hudson. Asia Wayne double team comes. That leaves Mariah Adams open from the right wing. Her shot's going to be strong. Rebounded inside by Asia Wayne against 2 Mean Green defenders, and she's unable to score it down low, but Kay Clark hits it and has it go off her leg out of bounds to North Texas. The size there, the 6'4 Vilas-Gomez affected, I think, Wayne a little bit, but even more so Kay Clark as she scooped in for that board.
Yeah, and I think, too, again, at that particular time, if Asia Wayne goes back and watches this film, she's got to square her body up. She's shooting it almost like a half hook shot or something right there. If she squares up, that ball goes in.
Vilas-Gomez trying to get the ball inside. They're going to get Kay Clark as Jazzion Jackson was posting up. That was a smart move by the Dallas, Texas product, who's averaging 10.1 points per game, realizing she can body up against Kay Clark and get that foul.
Yeah, and Kay Clark, that's her second foul. She's got 2 fouls in like the last 10 seconds, and that's too bad because she normally really brings in, she comes in off the bench and she brings in a lot of energy.
So it shortens the rest for Iggy Allen, who will come on for Kay Clark, and now Jazzion Jackson, 88.9% from the foul line, 16 of 18 this year. Here's her first, and the announcers Jinx got her as it rolled around the rim. Well, the North Texas fans are probably cursing me right now, saying, bad job, you, but the Monarchs fans like that. Second one for Jackson will go down, and good. Her 37 assists, second on the team. It's 8-7, Old Dominion with a slim lead here against the Mean Green as we tick under 2 minutes to go in our opening quarter from Norfolk. Adams over to Asia Hudson, up top to Asia Wayne. Now Iggy Allen with a left-handed dribble. Going to sidestep a defender here with 16 on the shot clock. Looking at Amaya Moreland open in the foul line area, but she's slow on her turn, and it's going to be smacked away by Jackson. Now they have to kick it back out. Asia Hudson to Iggy Allen. 7 on the shot clock. Pull-up jumper from the foul line. Won't go. Asia Wayne with the offensive board underneath. She's going to square up this time and get it to finish down low, Susan. That's what she needed.
She sure did. She got a great job, offensive board, and squared that body up. Nothing but net.
Jackson stuck at the foul line. Kicks it back out. 3-point shot straight away from Vilas Gomez, and it's good. Emma Vilas Gomez, the 6'4" forward from France, knocks the score up at 10 apiece with 1:20 to go in the first quarter, and Coach Jolly Mitchell will send someone to the scores table. Looks like Kendall Magruder will be coming in here at the next dead ball. Asia Wayne throws it to Iggy Allen. Bounce pass from Allen to Hudson. They swing it over to the corner. Adams will drive baseline. Shot's going to be a little strong off the mark. She gets her own miss. Throws it back out to Asia Hudson. Right wing three for Asia. It's going to be short. Rebounded by Amaya Moreland down low. Old Dominion just completely dominating the offensive boards, and that time Moreland rushed it. Called for too many steps in traveling.
Yeah, they are. They are all over the boards, but they're not getting enough from it. They're doing a great job, but you've got to take advantage. When you get those extra possessions, especially right up underneath the basket, you got to be able to finish those.
Noble goes out for North Texas. Magruder comes in. We'll also see Madison Townley relieve Jazzion Jackson. Old Dominion with a couple of subs as they now have on the floor Iggy Allen, Asia Hudson, Asia Wayne, and Brianna Jackson back in off the bench. And Joy Campbell, the first look at her, the 5'6" sophomore guard from Fontana, California. Here come the Mean Green looking for the lead here, all tied up at 10. About a 27-second difference between game and shot clock. Pass is going to be off the mark there as Vilas Gomez was trying to thread the needle, and as it does, it goes out of bounds. Asia Wayne almost came up with a steal there as she was trying to intend that inside for Magruder. And it'll be another turnover for North Texas. That is going to be their fifth of the opening quarter to match Old Dominion.
Well, for any player out there that's listening, when you have a ball that's moving on the floor, you want to pick it up. You want to pick it up and get control of it. You don't want to try to dribble it as it's moving, and that's what Asia did, and fortunately went off North Texas' foot.
Hudson in the corner. Now gives it to Kaylin Nelson, who's back in the game. Actually, her first look in the game. Trying to find it to Brianna Jackson as she does too many steps as Kaylin Nelson, the 5'11" freshman guard from Tulsa, Oklahoma, was not ready to make that move there. Traveling on the Monarchs, their sixth turnover. North Texas will get a chance at the last shot here and the lead.
Need to have a good defensive possession right here. Everybody's got to be on the same page.
Gomez against Joy Campbell, 15 on the clock. Screen's going to come from about 35 feet out from Vilas Gomez. Campbell sticking with the ball handler and Gomez. Has to give it up. Amber Dixon. Looks like she got poked. She's holding her nose. Stolen away by Nelson. Old Dominion up the court quickly. Asia Hudson will lean into a defender, and it'll be a foul on the Mean Green. On the season third on the squad behind only Iggy Allen and Asia Wayne, the Monarchs' two leading scorers. And Hudson's first free throw will be off the mark. On the year, she is shooting 54.5% from the foul line.
Well, this is a tie game right now, and well, she makes it, so we're up one. But I tell you what, Old Dominion's had many opportunities. They've done a good job on the boards. They got to start taking. You got to be more aggressive. Don't try to move away from somebody blocking your shot. Go into that defender. Go up strong and make the official make the call.
North Texas with the basketball to begin our second quarter. Ali Gomez gets it from the inbounder, and Townley. Now it's going to be Jazzion Jackson attacking the hoop, and she's going to draw the foul going to the basket with her left. And North Texas able to get by a couple of these defenders in man-to-man for Old Dominion. pretty quick off the bounce, Susan. That's going to be the second personal on Iggy Allen, team's first foul. We have not seen a lot of zone from Delisha Milton-Jones throughout this season, but you do wonder, given North Texas not being one of the stronger teams in three-point shooting percentage in some stretches, do they try to mix some things up because they're getting the guards to the basket at times?
Well, they may have to. If right now Iggy Allen's got 2, Kay Clark's got 2. That time Iggy defense was she started on ball really good, but on the penetration she stood up, and she needed somebody to come in and help her instead of fouling. I think she tried not to foul, but the officials still made the call.
Jazzion Jackson with 3 straight makes it a foul line after missing her first. It's the Mean Green up 12-11 here as Old Dominion tries to get something working. Asia Wayne with the missile pass from the wing to Brianna Jackson down low for the deuce as Old Dominion goes in front here 13-12. Brianna Jackson coming off a stellar performance the last time out for Old Dominion in their win over Rice.
Well, she was wide open the whole time in that possession and just took a few minutes to get her the basketball.
Mallard gives it up from the right wing. It's going to be Old Dominion trying to stop him. Asia Wayne with the block on Gomez. She kicks it out. 3-point shot for Magruder. It won't go, and Asia Wayne hustling all over the place defensively. Gets the board. Now Joy Campbell pushing it up the court quickly. Beep. Here she goes to Asia Hudson, driving in from the corner. Throws it to Brianna Jackson, the low block. She'll muscle against the defender. Can't finish against the long arms of both Jackson of North Texas and Mallard, but she'll be fouled as she gets the ball back there. Kind of showing it that grit and toughness that you want for Brianna Jackson, a product of Princess Anne High School, coming off a season-high 15 points along with 7 rebounds against the Owls just 2 days ago.
Well, she put up her first shot short, but and tried to go after that rebound, but the defender dropped it, so she was able to pick it up, just kind of fell into her hands, and she got fouled.
Second foul on Jazzion Jackson. It was on the floor, not a shooting foul. So Asia Wayne inbounding for Old Dominion, leading by 1 here with 8:58 to go until halftime. Gets it into Brianna Jackson, hands it back to Asia Wayne. And now we're going to have the officials put the hands up, and I guess we had a little bit of a clock malfunction / issue. So we'll have a take 2 of that in just a moment.
It took a while to figure that out. The ball had come in, and about 3 or 4 seconds off the clock before they were able to fix it.
Both teams shooting identical 25% from the field so far. In North Texas's case, 3 of 12, Old Dominion 6 of 24, so twice as many shots for the Monarchs here, helping them get the 1-point lead. Asia Hudson inbounds it to Joy Campbell just in front of the North Texas bench. She'll dribble it out to the top of the key. 12 on the shot clock now. Campbell waits for the double screen action. Nelson on the right. Brian Jackson on the left. Throws it to Nelson, who retreats out to the high top area. And that's going to be, we're going to get a camping out down low on Old Dominion. 3 seconds. So it will be a turnover to North Texas, as I think the foot stomping of Jelly Mitchell got the officials' attention on that. Camping out down low in the paint.
Like, hey, call something. And they did. But, right now, neither one of these teams are able to do what they want to do offensively. And I don't think it's the other team's defense that's creating that. I think it's their inability to execute in the offensive end for them.
Nelson goes out. Mariah Adams back in for Old Dominion. Now it's Quincy Noble trying to drive against Asia Wayne. Gets caught in the post. Now she'll use that arm in with a push-off. They don't call that. Throws it out up top to Townley. Some of the Monarchs fans behind us a little bit upset they didn't call that one with 8 on the shot clock. Screen comes from Mallard. Inside, turnover as Gomez couldn't get it in. Asia Wayne and the Monarchs on a run here. Chance to score in transition. She'll throw it out to an open shooter, but it's going to be offensive foul as Asia Wayne bowled over. Like that was Magruder, was it, for North Texas? Yes, before Asia Hudson could even get off that 3-point shot from the right wing.
This happened in the game on Thursday. Same thing. Mariah Adams, I think it was, took it in too far. That's too far. If you take it in that far, you might as well shoot it.
Gomez up top. Kicks it over to Magruder on the left wing. We'll dribble to her left. Turn her back on Asia Hudson. Now going down the lane. Brianna Jackson comes over to swat it away and gets control of it. Almost old Bill Russell style. Blocking it and keeping it inbound to yourself. Mariah Adams with the basketball. Screen comes from Asia Wayne. Didn't see Jackson and Wayne both. They kind of flashed to the same spot in the post. Kind of crowded, I think, the vision there, and one of them being open. Adams will a little head fake in the corner. Shot's going to be unleashed by Joy Campbell. It hits the side of the hoop. Brianna Jackson somehow gets the board between 2 North Texas defenders. Gets away from Mallard and scores it. How did she pull that off as she got away from the defender and scored it off the window for 2? Monarchs by 3 with 7:22 until the half.
I'm not sure how she did, but that was an excellent possession for her.
Gomez Passes it up top to Noble. One dribble, pull-up jumper. It's going to be off the back end of the rim. Rebounded by Asia Wayne. You got players from Old Dominion battling each other for boards, which you like to see.
Definitely.
Asia Wayne and Brianna Jackson. Now Hudson with the quick chest pass to Asia Wayne running in, but she can't finish underneath. Brianna Jackson is there to clean up the garbage, and we got a quick
rebounds, man. You got to put it away. Get that ball. They could already be up as many rebounds they got. They could have this game out of reach almost.
North Texas trying to keep this from becoming a double-figure deficit. Noble gets the pass from the left wing by Gomez, and now it's a battle underneath. It's a scrum. There's 2 Old Dominion bodies and 2 North Texas bodies battling for the basketball. It's going to be a jump ball possession arrow to Old Dominion, as that was just like almost a boxing match underneath the hoop.
Well, you look at Asia Hudson did a great job on her closeout against Quincy Noble, was able to get her hand on that ball, and Brianna Jackson did a good job not fouling, just keeping her long arms up.
So Joy Campbell into the front court. Jackson reverses it to the left wing. Mariah Adams pointing out signals here. Hudson running to the corner, trying to spot up in her sweet spot there. Jackson with the screen up top. A little pass that's into traffic for Mariah Adams and almost stolen away there by Amber Dixon of North Texas. Some dangerous deliveries here from Mariah Adams, the team leader when it comes to assists for Old Dominion on the season.
Well,
58.
I'm sorry, Matt. That time Mariah's trying to run the play instead of be instinctive. What's open? She had 2 big girls in. She got Amari and Brianna Jackson. Give one of them the ball.
Amari Young gets the inbound from Adams. She'll drive with the left. Underneath, can't score it. Asia Hudson gets the board. It's going to be blocked away by North Texas with Noble. Brianna Jackson from the high post jumper is going to be off the mark with Mallard getting the board here. Come the mean green with Gomez into the front court. Over to Noble in the corner. Asia Hudson on her. 21 on the shot clock. Down the middle of the lane. She'll go. Sweeping move. Doesn't finish it. Amari Young with the board as Old Dominion continues to limit North Texas to one and done here in this first half. Joy Campbell almost loses the dribble here. We'll see if she takes more of the distributor facilitator role, but it'll be Asia Hudson up top. Here's Mariah Adams. Can she get it down low to Amari Young? She does. Against Mallard. Quick turn and a score. That's what you want. Adams finding Amari Young in position to turn with that first step and finish.
She was wide open the entire time. If the defender is on her back, give that girl or Brianna Jackson, give them the ball inside.
North Texas down 19-12 here. Dixon nearly has it poked away by Joy Campbell. Monarchs ratcheting up the defense. Double team comes on Dixon, and she doesn't like it. Can she get a timeout? It bounces off a Monarch player into Delisha Milton-Jones' hands, and it will stay with the Mean Green, who trail by 7 with 5:20 to go in the first half. Trouble time coming for North Texas, and it'll be Trina Mims coming in for Noble. They're going to give Noble a rest, which is a little bit of a surprise here, Susan. You take out your top scorer down by 7. You need some offense supplied here as Mims comes in. Not one of their better offensive production players. Nice pass, though, by Gomez, turning on the defense, and she finds an open cutter in Mallard for 2, so it's a 19-14 edge for Old Dominion with 5:05 to go in the half. That was a pretty play.
Yeah, that was, and that was, again, defensively for Old Dominion, not helping the helper. So Brianna Jackson stepped up, but nobody helped her with her offensive player.
Ball reversal. Adams to Campbell. Now it's going to be over to Amari Young down low. Can they find it open? Asia Hudson. Double team comes on Brianna Jackson. She's looking for somebody. Amari Young with a no-look pass to Mariah Adams down low, who kicks it out. Open 3 for Joy Campbell. Close out late, and Joy Campbell makes the Mean Green pay as the Monarchs connect on their first make from long distance. Now 1 of 8 from deep, and they have a 22-14 lead with 4:32 to go in the half.
Some good interior passing inside, but just couldn't get the shot off.
Off the dribble, North Texas with another tough finish as Ali Gomez scores it. The Fresno State transfer for the Mean Green, who trail it by 6, 22-16, 4:20 to go in the second quarter. Campbell hands it off to Adams. She's got some room to operate as Townley is on her. Pass in the corner to Asia Hudson, back to Adams. She fires it fast for Brianna Jackson. It's low for her to reach and get it, and Gomez gets the steal. North Texas in transition. Gomez fakes the pass and will go down the middle, and it'll be a foul on Amari Young. Should be her first here with 4:01 to go in the half as Kaylin Nelson heads to the scores table to check in.
All Mariah Adams had to do that time to Brianna Jackson. She fired a bullet in there, but she didn't need to do that. Put that thing up high where Brianna Jackson's the only one that can catch it, and then she scores easily.
They'll actually call that the second on Mariah Adams as Brianna Jackson goes out. So a couple of free throws now for Gomez, and her first free throw is off the mark. 5th in Conference USA in defensive rebounds per game, the Irving, Texas product. This is on the first. Chance to pull the Mean Green within 5 on the second, and she does. So far, 7 points of the 17 for North Texas produced by Gomez. 5-point cushion here. Campbell over to Adams on the left wing. Back over to Campbell on the right wing. In the corner, Asia Hudson will try a three. A little strong. It bounces off the side of the rim. Rebounded by Amber Dixon. Mean Green can make it a one-possession game here with a bucket. Dixon turns her body and hands it over to Gomez. Campbell on her. Waiting for the screen from Mallard. Double team comes. Ball's deflected. Campbell and Amari Young teamed up for a steal. Young over to Joy Campbell on the run. Misses it off the glass. A little bit of an alley-oop type situation as Amari finishes it off the board. Second chance points for the Monarchs, who have a 7-point advantage.
Well, I hope she just missed that and didn't try to alley-oop that.
She wants an assist for that, Susan. She doesn't want to shot them. She wants an assist. That was off the window. Add to her assist total. Gomez, little jab step, and then hits a three right in the grill of Nelson. Ali Gomez heating up for North Texas. 24-20. Old Dominion's lead has been cut down as 4.
Well, Gomez is smart. She's a graduate student, so obviously a good player. So you can't leave her open like that. You got to get up on her.
Adams up top, fakes the pass inside. She'll throw it to an open Asia Hudson for the corner trifecta, and the Monarchs have a 27-20 advantage with 2:45 to go in the second quarter. They're starting to find the rhythm from deep.
Well, definitely, Asia Hudson, we've been wanting her to find it all year long because that's her role when she comes in off the bench.
Gomez gets the handoff from Townley. Back over to Townley. It's a double team came now. Townley on Nelson will turn her back into the post. North Texas operating with some size there against Amari Young, who's able to block it against Mallard. However, when she does, it's going to be a personal as the 6'2 Mallard was working on the 5'11 Amari Young down low. That size, Susan, I think you mentioned it in the pregame. 4 players 6'2 or bigger, and they go down low. We'll watch the replay to see what that was, but we'll see first Asia Hudson's corner 3. Mallard has been effective inside. I'm surprised she hasn't gotten more touches so far. 2 of 5 from the field, 4 points, 3 rebounds. She's a presence in the paint.
Yeah, she really is, and did a good job there. And I felt like Amari Young played pretty good defense, and but the official has kind of a late call. Like the shot had already been put up. Amari gets a rebound before he made the call, but maybe just couldn't get the whistle going.
Mallard hits the first, and her second is also good, a 59.4% foul shooter to trim the Old Dominion lead to 5 at 27-22 with 2:25 to go in the second quarter after a good long rest. Emma Vilas Gomez, who played 99 minutes in the previous 11 games for North Texas, enters the ball game for the Mean Green, and Mallard takes a seat. Campbell hands it off to Mariah Adams in the front court. Screen's going to come from Kaylin Nelson. Adams will dribble in and then pull back out. Now gives it to Amari Young from up top. She'll drive, and that's not Amari's game as she turns it over. Stolen away by Trina Mims. North Texas doesn't have numbers. 1-on-3. They'll kick it out to the perimeter in the corner. Gomez up top finds an open shooter, and Emma Vilas Gomez, she's struck a couple of times from behind the arc, and suddenly it's a 2-point game. Monarchs up only 27-25 with 1:50 to go in the half.
Well, they're not going to stop North Texas. They've got upperclassmen. They're competitors, so Old Dominion's got to keep putting their foot on the gas.
Adams dribbles to the right, pull up, fakes the pass inside, and she throws it out to Joy Campbell, who is not ready. Starting to get a little over-anxious on the Monarchs after building a lead that was as many as 8, 22-14. North Texas now on an 11-5 mini surge here, and we'll see subs come in for Old Dominion. Regulars such as Brianna Jackson, Iggy Allen, and Asia Wayne to relieve Amari Young, Kaylin Nelson, and Asia Hudson. So we've seen Delisha Milton-Jones go to the bench at times, see what the second unit can give you, but this is a situation here where the lead kind of got shrunk with that backup group, and North Texas can take the lead with a 3 or tie things up with a hoop inside the arc. Vilas Gomez gets the pass. Now she finds a cutter. Gomez can't score it underneath. It's going to be rebounded by Brianna Jackson. They could get numbers as Gomez is slow to get up. Campbell hands it off to Adams, dribbling with the left, down the lane. Mariah Adams with some great quickness and a finish down low, 29-25 Monarchs.
I tell you, that's something that's been missing from Old Dominion's game is their transition offense, and that time it was a beautiful transition bucket.
Very decisive and alert there. Vilas Gomez at the foul line against Brianna Jackson. Will probe, dribble, and then it's going to be a swap, but as Brianna blocks it, it's going to be body as well. So the second foul on Brianna Jackson, giving the Monarchs with 4 players with 2 fouls each. Adams, Allen, Brianna Jackson, and Asia Wayne, and 2 free throws now for Emma Vilas Gomez.
Well, Brianna Jackson kind of turned her body and gave her the penetration lane and then tried to block her shot. You got to keep her in front.
Free throw is going to be short for Vilas Gomez with 59.9 seconds to go in our second quarter. Old Dominion has made 5 of their last 7 shots from the field. North Texas 4 of their last 5. Both offenses heating up after the 25% start. Second one, no good. Rebounded by Mariah Adams. Old Dominion trying to increase their 35% shooting from the field here in the half. Adams dribbles right, crossover back left. Jumper is good from about the foul line. Mariah Adams with the last two hoops for Old Dominion. One in transition, one as they slowed things down. 31-25 Monarchs with the lead here. About a 14-second differential between game and shot clock. Up top, Vilas Gomez almost traveled. She did as she got the pass from Gomez. Up top, Dixon, spin move on Mariah Adams, and that time she did indeed travel.
Yeah. They better call travel. These folks behind us are going to go out there and get them because they are not having it.
Listen, there are some fans that want to get home and play in the snow. They got Big Blue behind them. They're ready to erupt here at Chartway Arena as Old Dominion tries to get another home win. They've only lost one time this year at Chartway Arena, which was back on Thursday, November the 18th, when GW beat them 47-45. Bit of a heartbreaker for Old Dominion, which was the first of a brief two-game losing skid, and then Old Dominion rattled off 9 in a row before falling to UTEP. 9 seconds to go in the half. Adams, double team comes against her. Chest pass to Brianna Jackson at foul line. Turn right, back left, over to the right. Jackson misses off the back of the rim with 1.2 on the clock. It'll be a jump ball with Brianna Jackson and Dixon, and the possession arrow to the mean green as Brianna Jackson starting to turn a little bit more with those broad shoulders. And she's going to be checked on here as she might have got hit in the face there on that little spin move going left to right. But she's able to get up and looks okay.
Well, she took a hard fall a couple of games ago, and but Old Dominion, boy, they missed an opportunity right there. Asia Wayne was wide open when Brianna Jackson caught that pass, and she just was not able to see her.
Townley inbounds it to Asia Wayne of Old Dominion, and her three-point shot at the horn is off the mark. Might have been great to get this team another victory at home. The 14th win of the season would surpass their entire total from 2020-2021 with 13 as the Monarchs start with the basketball. Iggy Allen bouncing it into Mariah Adams as they work from right to left here to begin this second half, and Allen and Adams play a little hot potato catch with each other. Now trying to find Brianna Jackson in the post. Asia Wayne in the wing will give it to Amari on the low post. She'll use that quick first step. Couple bounces down low on the baseline. She finishes it against the contact, and Jalen Mallard. Monarchs have an 8-point advantage.
Well, there you go. They went inside with it, and I don't think they have an answer for Brianna Jackson and Amari Young inside.
Young, the leading scorer for Old Dominion with 10 points, and a jumper pull-up shot is hit by Quincy Noble, the leading scorer for North Texas at 14.8 points per game. She was 0 of 6 in the first half, and that's her first make to trim the deficit to 6 here. North Texas led by Gomez is 10 points. And now the Monarchs have with Iggy Allen. Jab set move. Corner three is going to be strong. Rebounded by Noble underneath.
I'm sorry, but that's too quick of a shot. You didn't even get out and get to touch the ball. You don't want to take that shot immediately.
Steal at half court for Old Dominion. Iggy Allen will try another three from the right wing. A little tie-up action, but it's going to be Noble wrestling it away from Asia Wayne after Wayne had the steal, her third of the game. Now Noble with the handoff up the court in transition to Gomez. Working at the controls now. Gomez looking to probe the defense. In the corner, she finds a shooter. It's going to be off the side of the basket on the attempt by Noble. And a little jump ball possession error to North Texas as Townley and Iggy Allen got tied up for the board.
I mean, right now, you're Old Dominion. You're scoring in the paint. You can take that three-point shot. The shot clock's going down, and you've got to take it. There's no need to take it, the first or second shot in a possession. There's just no need for it.
Quincy Noble gets it over to Jazzion Jackson on the left wing in front of the North Texas bench. Mean Green now in the post. Amari Young checking Townley really tough, and they're going to get a little hand check action there. I thought Amari played some pretty strong defense on that one, Susan.
Yeah, I thought she played good defense, actually. He might have gotten her for reaching in, but that's the only thing. I mean, if the offensive player's in front of you, you can't reach around them. And so that could be the only thing. I thought she played really good defense.
That's Young's second foul underneath. Jazzion Jackson scores it against Wayne in the contact as North Texas gets closer here, only down by 4. 8:24 to go in our third quarter after that layup for the Mean Green.
That was it wasn't an easy basket, but wide open. Jazzion Jackson wide open off that inbounds play.
Mallard with the assist. Now Mariah Adams looking for an assist as she goes down low to Amari Young, and Amari's going to be fouled by Quincy Noble around the hoop. First foul on Noble. It's going to be the second, I believe, here on the Mean Green in our half. Or check that, first on the Mean Green in this half. So Amari Young now with 2 free throws coming for Old Dominion. She's getting there more consistently, up to 40.4% on the year. She was down around 33%, so she's worked tirelessly at this.
Well, she's really changed. She's changed her shot this year.
Off the back end of the rim, the first one is no good.
It's a lot about confidence, too. I mean, when you see yourself miss so much, you got to have confidence that you can come in and make it.
Misses both, and the board is pulled in by Jazzion Jackson, and a quick foul is going to be charged on Young. That's going to be her third, and that's something, too. She's played so well in this game, and at times this year, Susan, we know about Amari being 18th in the country in rebounds per game as a junior, but when you're not hitting free throws and you pick up some cheap fouls, that makes coach want to say, I need to yank you off the floor a little bit.
Yeah, and right now, Amari, that wasn't even a foul on her. Jazzion Jackson just looks like she tripped. She just fell. No, right. She did trip on her foot. She did. I mean, you got to call it, I guess.
Left foot did get tangled. At first glance, though, I can see why the fans might have been upset, but ref's got that one right. It's going to be deflected out of bounds. Iggy Allen trying to chase it to give Old Dominion possession with 7:55 to go as Iggy goes up the stairs into the third row, I think, with her hustle. Tell you what, she got it seemed like stronger and more energy as the game went on Thursday against Rice when she pumped in 17 of her team best 20 points. We'll see if she has that type of energy left in the tank here to finish someone off, especially if it's close. Mean Green have been in more of these tight affairs than Old Dominion, which has 12 of their 13 wins on the year by double digits. Mean Green now with 10 on the shot clock. Gomez, double team comes. Allen and Brianna Jackson on her. She tight ropes the baseline, throws it over to the post area. It's going to be a pump fake from Noble. 2 on the shot clock. They have to hurry to get it off, and they do. It's going to be off the mark for Mallard, rebounded by Amari Young underneath.
I was thinking Old Dominion could have picked up full court, put a little pressure on them to bring the ball.
Oh, what a spin move. Brianna Jackson turns in, back the other way along the baseline on the feed from Amari Young, and she scores it down low for 2, plus the foul hoop and the harm. Old Dominion with a chance to go up 7 if Brianna converts this three-point play.
That was a beautiful shot from Brianna Jackson. Nice spin move, got around the defender, shot it high off the glass. It went in. I'm telling you, if Old Dominion doesn't go inside every single time, it doesn't have to score the first time, but it needs to go inside. That's how they're going to create more openings.
Brianna misses the free throw, but Iggy Allen's diving for the loose ball. Could save the possession. Amari Young gets to it for the Monarchs. So despite missing 3 free throws in a row, a chance to extend the lead, and Amari Young goes to the hoop. She's going to be blocked. No, she isn't. She's going to be fouled, rather, as Jazzion Jackson got her on contact going towards the 10. So 2 free throws coming for Amari Young. The Monarchs staying after extra possessions, loose ball, the fight, the tenacity, something Coach Alicia Milton-Jones has to love right now.
Well, you got to love to see that out of them, that they fight for everything there after every loose ball, all over the board. I mean, that's how you win basketball games.
So here's Amari Young at the foul line again. She's got 7 rebounds in our game to go with her 10 points. Misses on the first attempt. North Texas getting ready to sub in someone here with 7:20 to play in our third quarter. And Amari Young gets another free throw. This Old Dominion team last in CUSA in terms of the free throw shooting percentage. And Amari Young hits the second after doing such a good job in Thursday's game against Rice, 12 of 15 there, 80%. We'll see North Texas bring in Trina Mims, and Jazzion Jackson goes to the bench with those 3 fouls. So not having the typical output, Susan, from Jackson and Noble or the Mean Green. They combined for nearly 25 points per game, and so far they've kept both of them in check. Much to do with Old Dominion's defense here.
Yeah, I think their defense has been really good, and we got a little stoppage of play because got some blood on a North Texas player. They're getting her cleaned up. See how long they give them. But you're right, Old Dominion's defense has been really good, and their rebounding has been even that much better, but their their willingness to get down on the floor and to fight after the ball, that's been even better. So they've got to continue that. That's going to help them get this lead to make more of the lead than what they've got right now.
That's the leading rebounder for North Texas, Madison Townley, at nearly 8 boards of contest, going out, getting her left leg wrapped with that blood, and coming in for her is Emma Vilas-Gomez, who hit a couple of shots from three-point range in the first half. She'll try one from the right wing now to make it 3 of 3. No, she won't. Miss it off the side of the rim on that pass from Noble heading out to Old Dominion. So Old Dominion limiting North Texas to one and done Not only are they plus 18 on the backboard, Susan, but 18 offensive rebounds for the Monarchs compared to just 5 for North Texas, 3 of which have been gathered in by Mallard. So if you block out Mallard, they're probably not going to get a second shot.
Right, you're going to get the ball.
So Adams up top, working against Gomez. Over to Omari Young, 15 on the shot clock. Dribbles to the right. Iggy Allen in the corner. Thinking about what to do. Iggy Allen, little jab step move, going baseline. Double team comes, she spins and somehow contorts her body to get it off, but misses the shot. Omari Young tries to save it before it goes out of bounds, but she will not do so. Mean Green basketball with 6:40 to go in our third quarter.
Yeah, Iggy Allen just, really frustrated, and you can see it just in her body language. And, she's got to be able to correct that herself. She's a graduate student. She's played this game a long time, and she's got to be able to keep her emotions in check, because that doesn't help her.
Look at this, nearly getting a 5-second violation as Mariah Adams was right there like white on rice all over the ball handler and Ali Gomez. And they're going to end up calling a personal on Adams, her third, but she was really, I thought, physical on that possession defensively. Mean Green here with a 2-minute and 5-second scoring drought.
Well, she was, but she's the one who ended up with the foul, so way far away from the basket as well. So you want to back off. You can still be physical, but back off.
Mean Green rushed to the hoop, and they're going to draw another foul, a 2-shot variety coming as Quincy Noble, who didn't get in the scoring column in the first half, now looking for her third and fourth point as the Monarchs commit their fourth team foul here with 6:16 to go in this third quarter. Asia Wayne will head to the bench with 3 fouls, and Kay Clark will come in for her. Remember, Kay picked up 2 quick ones in the second quarter. So Noble to the line for North Texas. Leading scorer for the Mean Green, 81% on the year from the free throw line, including 88.9% in conference games, and her first one is good.
I mean, you look at Asia Wayne just picked up her third, and she picked it up on penetration at the basket. Mariah Adams picked up her third, but it was almost 40 feet from the basket. You can't get those types of fouls. Now you got the Mean Green. They're going to be shooting free throws, which is something that they do well for the rest of this quarter.
Noble makes both to trim the Old Dominion lead to 36-31, approaching 6 minutes to go in this third quarter. Allen throws it to Brianna Jackson at the three-point line, gets it back. Little crossover move. Playing with the dribble. Over to Amari Young. Pull-up jumper from about 12 feet out. Misses it. Gomez with the board here. And here come the Mean Green with a chance to make it a one-possession game should they score. Nearly a double dribble by Gomez. He throws it over. Mean Green jumper off balance is good for Quincy Noble, who's starting to heat up with 6 points. Her second field goal, 36-33, Old Dominion with 5:40 to go.
We don't want her to get going. She's the preseason player of the year in Conference USA, and she's getting going, though.
Iggy Allen's first field goal after missing 8 times from the field on the handoff by Mariah Adams, and the Monarchs push their lead to 5, 38-33. Quick three-point shot back the other way for North Texas. Noble misses it. Adams gets the board. Looking for another assist here. Adams dribbles underneath. Pull-up jumper is good, as she looked like she was going to go with that screen from Brianna Jackson, but she came back the other way from right to left, and the Monarchs have a 7-point cushion.
Well, both she and Iggy Allen took the free throw line jumper. They're good free throw shooters, so yeah, dribble in. Don't worry about the three-point shot.
Mid-range magic for the Monarchs here as Gomez dribbles to the Green, shooting 2. Foul was on Brianna Jackson before the break. And the first foul shot for Jazzion Jackson in the green uniform for the visitors from North Texas is off the mark. So Mean Green going to need this one to cut it to a 2-possession game. Her second one is good, giving Jazzion 6 points in our contest, 4 of which have come at the foul line. Amara Young inbounds it to Mariah Adams, who has been the main distributor here. Susan, it will be nice to see if Iggy Allen or someone else can help her out in terms of setting up the teammates to score.
I think setting each other up and, moving the basketball, the more Old Dominion moves the ball, the better they play.
Jab step move, Iggy Allen pull-up jumper from about 20 feet out. It's no good, but Mariah Adams gets the offensive board. Amara Young will turn, hand it back to Adams in the corner. It's going to be Vilas Gomez on her. Checking out the perimeter. Quick fire pass by Adams to Brianna Jackson. Goes through her hands, stolen away by the Mean Green as Trina Mims has the ball for the North Texas ladies in green. In the corner, she dishes it. 3-point shot won't go for Jazzion Jackson, and Amara Young yanks down the rebound, her 8th of the day.
Well, that's one thing. North Texas either makes it or they give the ball to Old Dominion because they're not getting on the glass on the offensive end. Thank goodness.
Adams over to Kay Clark on the right wing. Back in the corner to Mariah Adams. Triple team comes. Double team now on Amara Young. Kicks it out to Iggy Allen. Doesn't get spot for the three, but she races in for the offensive board and the putback as the Monarchs add to their second chance points here at Chartway Arena. Now 15 second chance points, and they lead it by 8.
Well, she's the first one to know if she misses it or not. She knew that ball was not going in, but went after it, got a rebound, and saw it go through the net. So maybe that will help her.
Let's speed on that. Double team with Young and Adams for Old Dominion as they make Noble give it up. Vilas Gomez kicks it over to Mims. 10 on the shot clock. Mims has to do something with Iggy Allen all over her. Mims tries to go against 2 defenders. That's not even going to graze rim as Mariah Adams gets it. This Mean Green team starting to go a little bit too much one-on-one ISO ball. Adams gives it to Iggy Allen. She'll fake a 3, now try a 3. It's off the mark. Kay Clark tries to get her hands to tip it, and as she does, I think it tapped off of either Jackson or Mims of North Texas, so basketball will remain with Old Dominion. And I see assistant coach Roland Jones sealing over to Iggy Allen, giving her some instruction of something he wants to tell her, like, hey, let's slow things down. I think the pace is good for Old Dominion, but they know if they just execute crisply here, they can push this up to double figures and put the Mean Green in a real big bind as Adams gets it into Iggy Allen underneath, working against the defense. 2 defenders come, and a shot's going to be off the mark, but she's fouled as Quincy Noble didn't have a real good position on her.
Yeah, and I think, too, don't settle for the long three-point shot. We've been able to get into the paint, been able to score in the paint, penetrate, dish. Those are things that you want to keep doing against this North Texas zone.
No field goals the last 2:38 for North Texas as Iggy Allen goes to the free throw line for, believe it or not, the first time today on the year. Iggy Allen, a 72.9% shooter, and her first one is off the mark. Not too long ago, Susan, back on December 22nd, she was a perfect 9 of 9 from the charity stripe against Temple, and she makes the second one. 43-34, Monarchs with the lead here with 3:08 to go in our third quarter. Could be danger time for North Texas, facing what is now their largest deficit of the day. Little slow dribble to the right with Jazzion Jackson. Back on the floor, screen from Mallard, their best offensive rebounder so far. Little high-low action, actually a little bit beyond the high-low from the three-point line as Vilas Gomez gets it inside to Mallard, and the size pays off. 43-36, Monarchs lead just 7. Mariah Adams quickly up the court. Kay Clark from the right wing in front of the Monarchs bench fires it into Brianna Jackson against 2 defenders. She gets some time but doesn't finish down low, and Kaylin Nelson battles inside for the offensive board. So they're getting quality looks, and when they miss, they still got people in position to get those rebounds.
Yeah, they've done it. I mean, this has been the best I think they've ever done on the offensive glass. I mean, they're just all over the boards. And Brianna Jackson, she shoots that ball a little bit higher off the glass. That's going to go in the first time. But Kayla Nelson, good job getting in there for that board.
To that offensive board point, Susan, as Kaylin Nelson heads to the line here for Old Dominion, hits the first. She's now 4 of 5 on the season. The Monarchs already have 22 offensive rebounds. So with literally 12 minutes and change to play, we're talking about in position to break the season high. Second one is good for Nelson as well. That season high was 26 offensive boards against Temple. The second season high was 24 against Florida Atlantic, literally just 5 days ago. So the Monarchs have a 9-point lead here, crashing the glass here. Jazzion Jackson almost had it stolen away by Iggy Allen, who got a little too aggressive and got caught for the reach-in.
Wow. Yeah, I think that was looked like a pretty good steal, but, got to go with what the officials say. And that's a third person we've got with third guard that we have with 3 fouls.
I think she got excited. She saw a layup right there with that basketball. But you got to get the ball before you get the layup to race the other way, because she might be the fastest player on the floor. Jazzion Jackson gets the first one to go down. Jazzion is 5 of 7 from the line. The Dallas, Texas native, 5'9" junior point guard for this North Texas team. And we spoke about taking care of the ball going to be so imperative for North Texas as they hit the second. They're 12th out of 14 schools in Conference USA in the assist-to-turnover ratio, 8-11 today. So it's not been the prettiest here for 7th-year head coach Jally Mitchell's squad, trailing by 7. And it's going to be an interception, though. Quincy Noble picks the pass in the pocket of Asia Hudson, but can't finish. However, Jazzion Jackson is there to get the offensive board on that run out. 45-40, suddenly a 5-point game again.
Well, everybody else got to get on the floor. I mean, that's what you do. You force her to miss, and she missed, but we didn't have anybody to get the rebound.
Taking under 2 minutes to go in this third quarter. Both teams in the bonus. Kay Clark looks one way in the corner to Asia Hudson, but she'll go the other direction to Mariah Adams. Gets it back from Adams with 11 on the shot clock. She'll try a 3. It's long. Rebounded by Jazzion Jackson. Mean Green can make it a one-possession game here. 3-pointer from the wing in front of the Old Dominion bench, and it's going to be a foul on that shot as Gomez hits the deck and the Monarchs, the Cardinals sin there. You don't want to foul a three-point shooter, and Delisha Milton-Jones just puts her head down and shakes her head. Cannot believe it.
No, you don't want to foul any jump shooter, but certainly not a three-point shooter. And that ball's short. You just go out there, contest, and then you get the rebound. She misses it. But this is where North Texas can hurt us, where they're going to be able to come back if we keep putting them at the free throw line.
Well, Gomez missed the first and then missed the second uncharacteristically after the three-shot foul on Kay Clark, her third personal. Gomez gets the third to go down, so 1 of 3. I think you take that if you're Old Dominion, considering that Gomez was shooting 73.6% from the line on the year. Hudson will head to the bench now as the Monarchs have Kaylin Nelson, Mariah Adams, Kay Clark, Brianna Jackson, and Joy Campbell on the floor. Campbell goes and gets the basketball in the backcourt. Vilas Gomez, Mollard, Jazion Jackson, and Quincy Noble for North Texas. Trying to set up defensively to get another stop here and get closer, trailing by 4 against Old Dominion. Adams from the left wing, little head fake action. Fakes the pass, will fire a long one, and it's going to be intercepted again by Gomez against multiple defenders in the lane. Gomez hands it up to Jazion Jackson. Got a size advantage on Joy Campbell. Takes her time and scores it underneath. It's a 2-point game, 45-43. The Monarchs hitting a dry spell at the wrong time here. And a little surprised we haven't seen a timeout from Delisha Milton-Jones.
Well, and plus we turned the ball over. So we just, made some poor passes at the top of that zone, and you can't do that.
Adams up top. Trying to take her time. Joy Campbell dribbles into the lane. Kicks it back out to Adams. Behind the back dribble by Mariah. Throws it to Kay Clark on the perimeter. 8 on the shot clock. Over to Adams in front of the Monarchs bench. Down low, Brianna Jackson trying to score with power. And it's going to be deflected away by Vilas Gomez. And North Texas has the basketball. And what are they going to say? Travel here?
No, they're calling a technical on
Coach.
My. And they got to get her calmed down because it's already it's a close game right here. Putting them now, they're going to the line, and then they're going to get the ball. So,
believe that's the first tee on Delisha Milton-Jones this season with 43.8 seconds to go in the third quarter. I guess she thought there was contact underneath with Brianna Jackson against Vilas Gomez. I didn't see it, Susan. I mean, I think she's a little upset at her team. Maybe this is a tactic to get them fired up in a sense as well.
Very well could be. And but, they got to get fired up about it. They got to know what they're doing here and how, she's what they've got to do out on the floor. Right now they've just been turning it over. 3 turnovers out of the last several possessions down the floor, and you can't do that.
I think one of the things, maybe she's not upset, but Jolly Mitchell was thinking they had a transition chance when they stopped the play. So she's thinking maybe we get the bucket there. You call the tee. You got a chance to tie it or take the lead here at the foul line to shoot the technical free throw is going to be Quincy Noble with 43.8 seconds to go in our third quarter.
Well, she's going, and they're going to get the ball. So, they got a chance to tie and then to go up in this game. This is a huge turnaround.
Free throw is no good for Noble, so North Texas leaving points at the free throw line, leaving them on the court here as they missed that one. Now 14 of 25 in the game, 56%. Second one also no good for the visitors. The Mean Green missing some chances here from the free throw line, Susan, as they're now in this quarter alone, 6 of 11, 54.5%.
But that's the key right there. They've gotten to just in this quarter, 11 times at the free throw line. So, Old Dominion has got to play defense without fouling.
And the Monarchs without a field goal the last 3:07 as Gomez has a chance to give her team the lead with a 3 or tie it up. Jazion Jackson will try a 3 to put North Texas up. She misses off the back end of the rim. Rebound inside by North Texas. Leaner is going to be no good for Noble, and Joy Campbell has the basketball. Shot clock turned off, and Campbell's going to get basically shoved to the ground by Noble. It's going to be Noble's 4th personal. That's a big one. Remember, they took her out earlier trying to keep her out of foul trouble, but now Coach Mitchell has no choice but to bring someone in, and that someone will be Madison Townley to take their leading scorer off the floor.
Yeah, that's a tough one there for North Texas because no need to foul if you're Noble right there. So she's just coming across half court, and you're fouling her.
Joy Campbell the chance to get points on the board for the Monarchs, and she does, hitting the first of 2 on the year. The UC Riverside transfer coming in at just 33.3% from the line. Only her 10th and 11th free throw attempts, though. And the second one is going to be nailed as well. So big change of momentum there. North Texas had a chance to tie or take the lead. They squander the opportunity, and the Monarchs have a 4-point advantage. North Texas trying to inch closer with 15 on the game clock. Jazzion Jackson dribbling to the right, up top to Vilas Gomez. And she's going to, I think it's a travel? Or did they say offensive foul, rather? I think it was basically two calls to be made at the same time, and it's going to be offensive away from the basketball on North Texas there. I think she shuffled the feet either way, but if you're Old Dominion, you take the foul because it just puts another player potentially in foul trouble, and that's Mallard's third there as she got caught underneath.
Well, right now, Old Dominion's got 11 seconds to get off a good shot, and they need to move this ball and get on the boards and see if they can't make something out of it.
Campbell lets it roll near half court with 6 on the clock. She'll dribble to the left, trying to attack. Joy Campbell with 3 on the clock to Mariah Adams. She's got to hurry. Spin move at the buzzer. Mariah Adams' jumper is good, and the Monarchs increase their lead to 6.
From the free throw line, and then that last second shot. But they got to remain poised, but determined, and be smart out there on the floor. Right now, too many fouls. North Texas has already shot 26 free throws.
Adams with the basketball for Old Dominion to begin the fourth and final period of regulation. Cross-court pass to Kay Clark with 15 on the shot clock. She tries to find it inside to Brianna Jackson, who was double-teamed, fronted and from behind there, and it's going to be going the other way for the Mean Green, and in doing so, a personal is going to be charged to Old Dominion. Brianna Jackson gets called for her fourth. They did have Susan prior to that fourth foul on Brianna Jackson, a total of 6 Monarchs with 3 or more fouls. North Texas has 3 players with 3-plus fouls. Noble's got 4, so the foul trouble adding up as Amaya Moreland and Amara Young head to the scores table.
Yeah, well, Brianna Jackson's got to be smart. She cannot pick up this 5th foul right now. I hope she knows that she has 4.
Little ball reversal action for North Texas. Gomez hands it over to Jazzion Jackson, and as they do, Joy Campbell's call for the second team foul here with 9:22 to play. It's going to be Joy's first personal, and Asia Hudson will join Young and Moore at the score table. Brianna Jackson goes out. So do Kaylin Nelson and Kay Clark. Monarchs going deeper into their bench this evening with 10 players participating. North Texas with 9, but we've not seen a whole lot of Mims and Magruder. Magruder, though, is on the floor for the Mean Green. In the corner, though, it's going to be Jazzion Jackson handing it off in the post. Mallard turns one way, back the other direction inside, doesn't score it, and Mariah Adams gets the board for Old Dominion, trying to go up 8 or 9 here. Adams gets the screen up top from Amara Young. Young looks to seal off their defender and post up. They have to give it to Joy Campbell from the right wing. Now it's going to be Amara Young in the corner, looking to attack, and as she does, it'll be a whistle against the Mean Green. I think they caught Townley on that one, Susan.
Well, Moreland did a really good job inside on defense in that last possession and forced a really tough shot. So when you're coming in for Brianna Jackson, you got to come right in and you got to play good defense.
Second personal on Townley. Adams gets it to Amari Young down low. She slices between 2 defenders and scores it. Amari Young with the bucket. She's got 13, and the Monarchs lead it by 8, 51-43.
Well, you can let Amari Young go to her left hand, and 99% of the time that ball's going in the basket.
Little rub action. Gomez up top. Up back to Townley. In front of the North Texas bench, between the legs, Jazzion Jackson now turns on Adams. Bounce pass to Mallard from the foul line. Mallard's jumper is pure and good. North Texas within 6 after the bucket is delivered by Jalen Mallard, the South Alabama transfer.
Well, that time Moreland, she played good defense time before. That time she got caught. She got caught watching the ball, and her defender, the offensive player, made a good shot, though.
Campbell gives up the rock, playing hot potato here, Adams and Young. Now it's Campbell over to Adams with 8 on the shot clock. Adams has to do something here. Offense kind of late getting set up here. We're going to post up Moreland. Screen comes from Amari Young, and it's going to be offensive. Illegal screen the other way. That's the 4th personal on Amari Young.
Well, that's Mariah Adams' fault right there because she's the ball handler, and that screen was coming late. She started out dribbling the ball, and she can't. She's got to wait for that screen, and because she did that, Amari Young picks up the foul, illegal screen.
So 4th foul on Amari Young, 4 on Brianna Jackson. Those two have combined for 21 points and 18 rebounds. Going to need some big plays down the stretch from Asia Wayne and Iggy Allen, a duo that's combined for just 9, well below their season totals. Now driving left is going to be Jazzion Jackson. She kicks it out, 3-point shot, a deep one for North Texas. Won't go for Magruder. Offensive board, a rare one for North Texas as it's pulled in by Townley. And then we got a whistle as the Mean Green's Kendall Magruder hits the deck.
Well, you look at it already, Matt. Old Dominion's 4 fouls. There's 7:45 left to go, and North Texas is going to be shooting free throws the remainder of the basketball game. Although they haven't shot them well, that doesn't mean they won't as, we move forward in this basketball game.
Going to be harder for Mariah Adams to get a triple-double. Her fourth personal. She's got 8.7 rebounds, 6 assists. She'll leave her on the floor, does Coach Delisha Milton-Jones. Mean Green inbound the basketball. Driving was Gomez, who loses the handle, and Adams gets the steal. That's why she's on the floor, because she's good defensively, and she sets people up to score. Trying to set Asia Hudson up. Pass to Hudson. Her three-point shot is short. Iggy Allen tries to save it before it goes out of bounds. Asia put and save it in here. Now another try for Asia Hudson straight away. It's going to bounce around the rim and almost down, but rebounded by Amaya Moreland, who was fouled underneath by Mallard. That's going to be her fourth personal with 7:20 to play.
That's been Old Dominion's best offense, is offensive rebounding. I mean, they not shot the three well at all, and but luckily everybody's been able to get on the boards, and now if they can make some free throws, that's a big deal when you're getting on the boards like that.
And they can steal some minutes here as Adams gets a rest with those 4 fouls. Amaya Moreland at the line here with 2 shots after the foul by Mallard. And Moreland's first one will bank in. The bank is open on a Saturday.
Hey, any way it can go in, we'll take it.
The bank is open on a snowy Saturday here in Norfolk. So Moreland, it's a chance to increase the lead even more. Oh, second one is off the mark. Rebounded by the Mean Green as it's pulled in by Townley. Asia Wayne covering her with 7:15 to play. Monarchs up 7. Townley dribbling into the front court. Asia Wayne still covering her. They hand it off to Gomez. Iggy Allen. Not her typical output, but going to be key down the stretch defensively. 13 on the shot clock. It's going to be Jazzion Jackson with a pretty move driving to the baseline and finishing underneath as Jazzion pulls North Texas within 5. 6:54 to play. She's starting to cook there off the bounce.
Now we really haven't had an answer for her. She's been
State on December 8th by 42. They beat Norfolk State 4 days later by 29 points. And the Monarchs also winning at home this week against Florida Atlantic and Rice to give them 4 straight wins at home, trying to make it 5. Iggy Allen with the basketball just in front of the Monarchs bench. Pull-up jumper, and she nails it. Iggy Allen starting to feel it for Old Dominion. A 7-point advantage with 6:40 to go.
Well, that was a good play drawn up out of that timeout from Coach Delisha Milton-Jones.
And offensive going the other direction as North Texas tried to get quick into their action on offense. And it's going to be the third foul on Gomez as she turns it over, and that's also going to be the third team foul. So Old Dominion with a chance to go up as many as double figures here if they connect from deep. Campbell hands it off to Iggy Allen. Asia Hudson now with the right-handed dribble. Pounds the basketball over to Campbell up top. Between the legs, 16 on the shot clock. Asia Wayne gets it up top. Fakes one direction. She'll dribble a couple times and then hands it off to Asia Hudson. A lot of ball movement here. Amaya Moreland in the post. Ooh. Jumper is good for Iggy Allen as I think Amaya Moreland caught Vilas Gomez in the block, and Iggy Allen got some separation and nailed it.
Well, Moreland did a really good job. She saw she was double-teamed and didn't force it. And Iggy Allen.
Little give and go action with Jazzion Jackson and Vilas Gomez, and Vilas Gomez gives it to Jazzion Jackson underneath, and it's going to be a personal that has the natives in Norfolk restless.
Yeah, it was a foul.
Iggy Allen's fourth.
She got up under just a little bit before she went up, but now, as you said, that's 4 fouls for her. So we got some definite foul trouble going on.
Allen, Adams, Brianna Jackson, and Amara Young with 4 fouls apiece. North Texas has 2 players with 4 fouls each in Mallard and Noble, and it's Jazzion Jackson at the line to shoot 2. Some will be interested to know in Conference USA Women's Hoops, they're in the 4th overtime now between Rice and Charlotte.
That's amazing.
Down in North Carolina. A lot of crazy results happening across college basketball on this Saturday in January as Jazzion Jackson hits the first, then delivers the second one good as she is up to now 16 points, 8 of 10 from the line, and Old Dominion leads it by 7 with 5:46 to go. Campbell hands it up top to Hudson. Now Iggy Allen gets it in front of the Monarchs bench. She'll throw it to Asia Wayne on the baseline. Looks a little jab step and set things up. 5:36 to go. Wayne's got just 4 points in this game. Ball reversal. Campbell over to Iggy Allen. Fakes one way over to Asia Wayne in the middle of the lane. She's going to try to squeeze through the defense, and as she does, she draws the foul. Asia Wayne so clever with her footwork underneath.
Yeah, she definitely can find that opening in between 2 defenders, and she was able to that time, and she's a good free throw shooter, so that's good for her. She gets to the line, and she normally gets there and she knocks them down. But Old Dominion's got to try to keep North Texas off of the free throw line. That's with they're going to make free throws without any clock running. That we want the clock to run. We want them to shoot live shots.
Gomez with her fourth personal. Wayne misses the free throw. It was just last Saturday that she had her season low of 6 points, did not hit a free throw on 3 attempts, 7 boards. We know how critical she has been to Old Dominion's growth these last couple of years. 1,171 points in her career coming in today. The second one will bounce up on the rim and down through the hole for a point, and Old Dominion has a 57-49 advantage on the Mean Green of North Texas. Jazzion Jackson at the foul line to Vilas Gomez. Now she kicks it back to Jazzion Jackson. Gomez gets it back. Vilas Gomez goes off the bounce, cannot finish underneath as Breonna Jackson gets the board, and Old Dominion with a chance to go up 10 here. Joy Campbell gets it past the timeline.
Wow, that was an incredible miss right there for North Texas, right at the rim.
Asia Wayne at the three-point line. She's going to turn, drive with her left. It's going to be a foul called on the Mean Green as they caught at intermission. They were 12-0 in second chance points. It's now 19-4 in second chance points, and they're plus 10 in the paint here as Asia Wayne misses the first of 2 free throws with 4:57 to go.
Well, this is going to be critical because down the stretch, you got to be able to make free throws and you got to be able to play good defense without fouling.
Wayne hits the second free throw on a night where both Wayne and Allen are shooting under their typical, combining to go 6 of 21 from the field thus far. Neither one of them has made a three-point shot. Monarchs lead it by 9, something maybe this program wouldn't have done a season ago, but certainly Old Dominion with a chance to surpass their win total from last year as Jazzion Jackson stops at the foul line. She turns, gives up the rock. It's going to be Townley trying to drive, but then she'll pull it back out with 15 on the shot clock, hands it over to Gomez. Gomez looking to do something. She has to kick it over to Noble, who's back on the floor. Noble drives in and little jump pass from her to find Mallard underneath for 2. So Noble, who struggled herself, 2 of 12 from the field, getting her second assist to find Mallard underneath.
Well, you see what penetration will do for you. Penetrate, got to have help, and that time Old Dominion lost an offensive player, and she was able to Noble score easy.
Monarchs with Asia Wayne in the high post. A little pump fake action. She tries a jumper off the mark, rebounded by North Texas with Quincy Noble trying to get her team within 5 or 4. She's going all the way to the hoop. Asia Wayne will stand in and draw the offensive foul as Asia Wayne takes the charge. You mentioned earlier, Susan, that she was hesitant to take a charge earlier, but I think she knows with under 5 minutes to go, you got to sacrifice your body to get the W.
Well, she definitely got there, and I'm not so sure that it was a charge, but we are lucky to get that call. We'll take it. For sure.
Well, look, I tell you what, one of those that you miss, and that's a tough one if you're North Texas because that's the fifth on Noble. She's out. Lead scorer on the season. She is held to 6 points, 14.8 coming in. And Old Dominion has consistently been holding top scores of opponents well below their average. Another one here today held well in check below her typical number. So Old Dominion's defense getting it done when they have to here with 3:53 to go as Joy Campbell will take the air out of the ball here with 13 on the shot clock and risk it under, you would think, 6 or 5 seconds before they release a shot here. Over to Asia Hudson on the other wing, opposite wing back to Joy Campbell. Almost stolen away. Asia Wayne at the foul line. One dribble inside. Will miss it. Rebounded by Gomez there. You live with that if you get a stop if you're Old Dominion. North Texas will like to get a 3 to respond from losing their top scorer. Gomez drives against Asia Hudson, gets by her, and will draw the foul with 3:30 to play here in Norfolk. So 2 free throws coming for Ali Gomez, the Irving, Texas product, who is second to Noble in scoring. So it's going to be a lot on her shoulders here in these final few minutes.
Well, she uses that hesitation dribble. That's the second time, and she's got our defender kind of out of sorts and got fouled going to the basket. So you got to know that now. When you play her, she's got that good hesitation dribble. Smart.
Gomez hits the first of 2, a trio of subs as Campbell, Moreland, and Hudson go to the bench. Those subs did their job more so in the second half than the first half, Susan, as we see the Old Dominion regulars. Second free throw is good for Gomez. 58-53 Monarchs with 3:25 to go. It's Adams, Amara Young, Asia Wayne, Breonna Jackson, and Iggy Allen on the floor for Old Dominion. Mariah Adams hands it over to Allen. Back to Adams on the left wing here. Looking to get it inside to Amara Young with 15 on the shot clock. She turns against Mallard. Fades back to the way. Her fadeaway jumper does not go. Rebounded by North Texas here. Mean Green looking to push with Ali Gomez. Gomez up top. Will pull it back out with 3:03 to go as Coach Jolly Mitchell will bark out a play. Screen comes in the high post from Mallard. Can't get away from Amara Young, can't shake her, but Jazzion Jackson curls. Jumper usually goes down for it, misses it. Iggy Allen with the defensive rebound, and Old Dominion now with a chance to use some more clock, but they desperately could use a bucket to push that advantage to 3 possessions.
Yeah, they either get a bucket or get fouled and go to the free throw line. I mean, you don't want to come out empty. This game's only a 5-point game, so you cannot come out empty.
Scoring drought of nearly 2.5 minutes now for Old Dominion, leading by 5. Looking to improve to 4-1 in Conference USA action, and we're going to get an offensive foul. I think as moans and groans all over Chartway Arena, the ball inbounded now to Jazzion Jackson of North Texas as Tenley gives her the basketball. 2:23 to go. Jazzion Jackson wait for the screen from Mallard. Double team trap comes with Brianna Jackson and Asia Hudson. They kick it to the other wing, and now it's going to be Ali Gomez. Gomez, cleaner shot off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Brianna Jackson. She's been a beast on the boards today. 12 rebounds for Brianna. A bucket would give her a double-double, and Old Dominion looking for that to put the finishing touches on a win here at home in front of the Monarchs fans.
Well, that's what they need to do. They need to go inside. Give it to her inside, but they got to move the defense.
Iggy Allen drives from the corner, and she scores underneath because the defense was so focused on Brianna in the post that gave Iggy room to maneuver, and Old Dominion has a 7-point cushion.
That was a really good offensive possession that time for Old Dominion.
Crossover move by Jazzion Jackson. She gets by the defense, but she blows the layup. Rebounded by Asia Wayne, and Old Dominion will slow things up with 1:32 to play as they're closing in on their 14th win of this 2021-2022 campaign. And a quick whistle on Townley against Mariah Adams.
Well, they're going to resort to fouling right now to try to get the ball back. So your Old Dominion, you got to put those free throws in.
So 1:26 to play. North Texas selecting to foul. No other choice here as the Mean Green have gone cold at the wrong time. 2:02. The last 2:02 they have not scored. Mariah Adams at the line. Her first trip there today. And her first shot at the foul line is good. Mariah Adams on the year shooting 80%, Susan. 20 of 25. Make it now 21 of 26. Can she make it 22 of 27? Yes, she does.
Yeah, your point guard's got to be a good free throw shooter, and she's got that category down pat.
62-53 our score. Old Dominion with the lead here with 1:20. Fortunately, COVID-19 wrecked the sports world.
Yes, it did. And I remember walking in, and, they've canceled the tournament. So
Jazzion Jackson inbounds it to Ali Gomez up top. Now on the left wing, it's going to be Chloe Callahan. Our first look of her today as North Texas is going deeper into that bench. Jazzion Jackson turning her back, posting up in the lane. She's going to have to kick it back out to Callahan. Callahan bounce pass on a nice one to Jalen Mallard as she finds it. Callahan, who was 3 of 6 on threes in 28 minutes of play coming into today with the distribution there. But Old Dominion with a 7-point lead with under a minute to go. And as long as they don't do anything that extends this game with a turnover, the Monarchs should be in good shape as they're going to have to quickly foul with Townley picking up the personal on Mariah Adams. That's going to be Townley's 5th, and she will be done.
Well, if they were going to do that, why did they let so much time run off the clock? I don't understand that. They let 13 seconds run off the clock and just to foul. They could have done that as soon as the ball came in bounds.
To me, if Adams hits both of these and North Texas misses a three-pointer, that's when you pretty much you call it off. There's no need to foul. But at this point, if you have her split them and you get any type of hoop, 2 or 3, you extend it and you quickly foul. They definitely used up.
Yeah, I don't understand that possession at all. I mean, they let 13 seconds run off the clock before they fouled. It just doesn't even make sense.
Adams at the line here, 10 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists for her today. One of the many Monarchs battling with foul trouble as they have 4 players with 4 more fouls. Her first one is swished home. Mariah Adams, 3 of 3 at the line. Can she make it 4 of 4? No, misses off the front of the rim, and Callahan gets the board in a quick timeout by Coach Jolly Mitchell.
For what you do, it wouldn't matter, I don't think, if these two teams were at the bottom. It's still going to be a really good contest between Charlotte and Old Dominion.
Jackson gets it in for North Texas. And now the Mean Green with Ali Gomez trying to drive against Asia Hudson. They kick it out. 3-point shot for Emma Villagomez. It's going to be off the rim. Battle for the board. It's going to be a jump ball possession arrow to North Texas as Callahan and Kay Clark, the 2 young ladies wearing number 11, get tangled up. So the Mean Green maintain possession with 37.5 seconds to go, a 17.5-second differential between game and shot clock.
That was a good job from Kay Clark, being able to even turn that into a jump ball.
Callahan trying to get it in. It's going to be deflected off the hands of Mallard. Kay Clark with the steal. They can't foul her in time. Bounce pass to Asia Wayne on the break. That's how you do it, Monarchs. That'll put the finishing touches, you would think, here.
She scores. So I think you got to play through the paint. Whether or not you get that shot in there, the ball's got to get in.
67th possession of the night for North Texas as they inbound the basketball with Callahan to Gomez. In the corner, it's going to be Mallard. Little fake move inside, back to Gomez. Callahan will spot up for a three in front of the North Texas bench. It's going to be short. Iggy Allen will race in for the board. Throw it to Kay Clark, and it's keep away. Kay Clark running past Jazzion Jackson. She'll slow it up. Back to Iggy Allen with 14 on the clock. And North Texas fouls with 13.9 seconds to go. Not really sure why, because you're not scoring 10 points in 13 seconds. Nonetheless, it'll be Kay Clark at the line to shoot here for Old Dominion.
Well, I think, North Texas, they're just making this game is a lot closer than what the score is going to represent. That's for sure. But they're fouling here late in the end. And
Allen's first free throw is good, so Iggy Allen increases her point total to 12 today for Old Dominion. She scores here. She'll match Amara Young as the Monarchs' leading scorer on a day where she was pretty much off the mark for much of the day. And she hits the second. As Old Dominion closing in on their 13th win by double figures of their 14 victories in the campaign. Jazzion Jackson gets the inbound screen from Emma Villas-Gomez. Down low, Jackson throws it to Mallard, who gets it off the window for two with the smooch. 67-57 with 4 seconds to go. Asia Wayne inbounds it to Iggy Allen, and they will lay off, we think. They do. Old Dominion prevailing today from Chartway Arena in Norfolk. Monarchs